We're going to inhale, arch the belly, and exhale, curl your head towards your tailbone. Inhale to arch, and exhale to curl. Moving with the breath. And then go ahead and just start to make some circles. You can circle your head, you can circle your hips, you can draw circles back like this. We're really just trying to wake up the spine. You can sway your spine side to side. And then go ahead, toes touching, knees apart, coming back to child's pose. Let's take some deep breaths here. Inhale. Expand the belly and the ribs. Exhale. Let the belly deflate. Inhale. And exhale. Keep breathing. And we're just going to walk our fingertips to the right upper corner of the room. Get that nice diagonal stretch. And then over to the other side. And then back to center. And then go ahead and sit up. So we're going to start with the foam roller vertical. We're just going to get that spinal alignment to begin, and then we will turn it horizontal and start the whole massage part of the video. So you want to place this lengthwise. You're going to take a seat on the edge of it, and then you're going to lay yourself all the way down lengthwise. So you want your tailbone and your head on the foam roller, and then just take your arms out to the side and just take some deep breaths here. You can take your feet wide and just let your knees fall in towards each other. And this is really focusing about opening up the chest here. Just some deep breaths here. And we're going to take this into some circles, like this. And reverse the circle, just keeping those elbows bent. And then bring the arms back out to the side. You're going to shift side to side, getting in between the shoulder blades here. And then go ahead and turn your palms face down. You're going to float one leg up to your tabletop position and lower it down. And then float the other leg up. Just kind of balancing, challenging the core just a little bit here. Finding that stability. And then let's bring our right leg to tabletop, and you're going to do little circles in the hip socket. 2, 3, 4, 5, and reverse. 2, just trying to loosen up this hip flexor. And release it down. Left leg comes to tabletop. Little circles. And reverse. And release. Good. Inhale. Reach those arms overhead. Opening up the chest, bring it back out to a T. One more time, just roll side to side. Now we're going to go ahead and you're going to bring your feet wide again, draw your knees in. You're going to go ahead and hug yourself so the right arm is on top, or you can intertwine your arms and rest your hands on your forehead. And just breathe in between the shoulder blades here. With every inhale, find expansion. With every exhale, draw your shoulders down. One more deep breath here. And then inhale, open the arms and go right over to the other side. So if you don't want to intertwine your arms, just go ahead and hug yourself with the opposite elbow on top. As you inhale, expand the belly, expand the ribs to your fullest extent. And then maybe hold your breath for a moment and then exhale. Let it go. And reach the arms back out. Good. One more time. Just go ahead and stay here. Allow the front body to open, the chest, let all that blood flow through, especially when we are sitting in that slouched posture. We want to reverse that. Good. And then from here, you're going to go ahead and just slowly roll off to your side, and then let the foam roller come out from underneath you and roll back to your back. Good. And then we're going to go ahead and just hug your knees into your chest. Good. Let's come into a happy baby here. So you're going to grab either the shins, the ankles, you're letting your knees come to the outside of your arms, or grab the outside of your feet, but also let your tailbone stay down. Again, just kind of working on lengthening the spine, opening up the hips a little bit here. You can even make a peace sign and grab onto your toes. You can rock side to side. You can let one leg lengthen a little bit, and then the other leg. All right, and then let's come into a butterfly and try to grab the outsides of the feet, opening up those hips. Again, you can, if you can't reach the outsides of the feet, grab the ankles. And the key thing is pushing those knees out here. Just starting out with some gentle hip openers. And then bring those feet butt hip width, windshield wiper your knees side to side. You can look in the opposite direction that your knees are falling. All right, and then when you're ready, go ahead and just rock and roll, coming all the way up. And we're going to start with the massage portion. So you want to bring the foam roller horizontally. I'm going to start all the way back here. So we're going to start, just come right to the shoulder blades, and you're going to place the hands behind the head here. So we're going to scoot down a little bit. You don't want to scoot down to the neck. It's right, kind of right above the shoulder blades. We're going to hold each position for about 10 seconds, or we'll see, like maybe like a 3 or 4 really deep breaths, okay? So take a deep inhale and exhale. Now your head is going to start to relax back, if it's okay with you. If you start to feel pain, or if it's too much, if ends up becoming too much of an arch, then you can control how far back you let your head fall. So I'm letting all my weight back right now. But if this is too much for you, you can use your arm strength to just hold your head up a little bit. So you have to gauge how far up. One more deep breath here. And then you're going to move it down an inch. Same thing. Deep breaths. Again, if the arch becomes too much for you, just kind of lift your head up a little bit. And move it down an inch. And move it down an inch. So once your head comes down, I'm just going to scoot down a little bit more. You can rest your head down once it hits the floor. But again, if this is way too much for your neck and your arch, like the front of the chest, just keep that support here. And move it down an inch. Again, so now getting down to the lower body. If it's getting it too much, you can kind of lift the hips a little bit up here or keep the tailbone all the way down. So if you're lifting the hips up, it just looks like this. And move it down an inch. You can bring the arms up overhead. We're really trying to get the spine to release here. And move it down an inch. This is where it's really going to get into that low back, so you have to gauge how much you're going to let yourself arch down here and release that tailbone. Some people even lengthen out the legs. But if that puts too much pressure on the back, keep your knees bent, keep your hips lifted a little. And move it down an inch. Good, keep going. And then move it down an inch. So it should get kind of towards the tailbone here, the sacrum. So we're going to make sure it's all the way on the sacrum. You're going to go ahead and hug your right knee into your chest and let your left leg go long. If you can't reach the outside of the shin, just clasp underneath. And then switch to the other side. And then this is kind of like a little bit of an inversion here. You're going to reach both legs up. So make sure that foam roller is situated where you feel balanced. And then reach the legs up. Arms can either rest down or you can bring your arms up and overhead. Just coming back to those deep belly breaths. And you can clasp your hand behind one leg and let the other leg fall. So this time this leg is straight up. And the other side. Good. And then bend both knees. And then we're going to go ahead and start to scoot yourself down to the mid-back, upper back, hands behind the head. And now we're just going to roll up and down. I'm going to scoot a little bit back and just kind of rolling up and down the whole spine. So before we were kind of inching our way down, holding it, but now we're just going to roll up and down, smoothing it out. You can lean to one side and roll. And then do the other side. All right, and then come to all the way to a seat. Let's go ahead and let's make a wide diamond shape here, like a butterfly, and just forward fold. So just reversing that arch. Just C-curve the spine. Stretch it out. And roll it up. We're just going to get our glutes warmed up before we roll them out. So we're going to go ahead and just sit cross-legged with the right leg in front and then just walk it forward. Forward fold. Deep breath, sending your breath towards your hips. On the inhale, find expansion. On the exhale, let it go. And anchor the tailbone, roll it up, and other side. Left leg in front. And anchor the tailbone and roll all the way up. Awesome. All right, so Now, coming back to our foam roller, you're going to take a seat on it. And you're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee. We're going to lean to the right side and roll out that right glute. But if you find a spot that's tender, you can stay there and hold it. You could go this way. So you can go side to side this way or up and down. And let's go to the other side. So rolling up and down, leaning to the left side, focusing on the left glute. So you can roll up and down, you can go side to side. And then moving right to our hamstrings. So you're going to straighten your legs and they're sitting here. Now you may want to take blocks behind you to help her prop herself up, or take your hands to the mat, and you can either have both legs straight or go ahead and bend one knee. And then you're going to roll up and down the hamstring. You can focus on different areas. So right now I'm on the upper part of the hamstring. And then if you get lower down, you're just going to have to move farther back and get closer towards the knee. You never want to roll over your joints. And then switch to the other leg. You can even go like the side to side too if you want, or up and down. All right, and come all the way to a seat. So now, to get the inner thigh, you're going to take your front leg like this, and then just kind of roll this one out. And you can kind of come down to your forearm here, and then just roll up and down. And you can also go side to side as well. The higher up you get, just kind of move this leg a little bit farther forward to get out of the way. So, because most massage places are, I'm sure, closed right now, foam roller is a really great tool to have at home, so you can roll your muscles out, give yourself that self massage. All right, and then we're just going to switch right over to the other side. So you can kind of just flip around like this. I'm gonna jump over here. And top leg comes here, and then you can come down on your forearm and roll it out. Moving that foot forward to get out of the way, you can roll side to side if you find a knot, or up and down. Just roll to the knee, don't roll on the knee. I'm just kind of pressing myself up if you want to get more pressure into the muscle. And you can also hold like a trigger point. All right. And now for everyone's favorite part, the IT band, which just tends to be the most painful. So you're going to go ahead and you can stand up on your knees, and then you're going to prop yourself on the side of the thigh. Front foot comes in front like this, flat foot. And then, again, very important to roll just above the knee. Don't roll on your joint here. So if it's tender, you can hold it on a certain spot, and you can either roll up and down or just hold it and breathe. You can rock side to side if you want. Kind of killer to do that, but just breathe if you just want to hold it. And then once you feel the pain dissipate, you can go to the next spot. Good, lengthening. I'm just above the knee right here. Keep breathing. All right, and then go ahead, just come back to your knees, and you can flip around to the other side. All right, so stand up on your knees. Start to think about getting the middle thigh down, bring this foot in front, and then straighten it out. Good. And we can just hold it. I like to hold it first on each spot and kind of let everything open up before I roll up and down. It's a little less painful that way. Less pain is always good. And inching it down. Breathing. and then go ahead and come all the way down. Awesome. We're going to turn face down now and get the front of the quads. So go ahead and just place the middle of the quads down. Again, very important to not roll over the knees. So just go to the top of the knees and then kind of to the top of the hips. Good. And then sometimes I like to get my shins. So you're going to come to the top of the shins and just roll up and down here. All right, and then go ahead and just turn your feet to the side, and we'll take a seat for a moment. And just stay here and breathe. You can turn your palms up, take a deep inhale, and exhale. And we're going to go ahead and stretch it all out. So go ahead and grab a strap, like a yoga strap, stretchy band, or a scarf, or even just a sweatshirt. All right, and we're going to lay all the way on your back. And we're going to start with our right leg. So go ahead and hook your foot up, lengthen, but down. You can keep this left knee bent or you can straighten it out. You can point and flex the toes. Circle them. And then we're going to open it out to the side. If you need to counterbalance the hips, you can bend that left knee, turn it out. So stretching is really important, but sometimes when you have a knot, it's good to release that first through trigger point, which is basically just holding on the spot until that knot releases. You can do that with the foam roller. You can do it with a tennis ball, because it's kind of like if you had a rubber band and you tied a knot and then you started to stretch the rubber band with the knot in it. Stretching it is not going to actually get the knot out. So sometimes it's important to open up, to release the knots first before you stretch. And then strengthening is also really important, because a lot of times knots appear because of weakness as a protection mechanism for your muscles. Good, let's bring this up straight up to the ceiling, and then you can bring it across the body, stretching the outside of the thigh, getting into that IT band. So sometimes when we chronically have not certain areas, we try to stretch, or even go and get massages, but they always keep appearing, and a lot of it's a postural issue, and sometimes there's certain muscles that you need to actually strengthen so that the knots don't keep coming back. So we're keeping our tailbone down for this. We're just getting the outside of the thigh. And then we will come into a full twist. So now allow the leg to come all the way over. Open up your opposite arm, look towards your right fingertips. And then come back to center. And we'll do the other side. Either right knee is bent or lengthen it out. You can point and flex the toes. And take it out to the side. You can bend your right knee and turn it out. And then coming back up, good. And go ahead and just bring it across the body, but keep the tailbone down. You can grab on with that opposite hand with your right hand, holding both straps, and just stretching the outside of that thigh. Getting that IT band again. So you're pulling it across the body, but also up towards you at the same time. And then you can allow it to come all the way down and twist. And then come back to center. Give it one last tug. Let's bring both feet straight up. Tailbone down, flex both feet and pull your legs towards you. And release. Good. All right, go ahead and rock and roll back up. And we're gonna grab our pillow. So getting more into some just kind of deeply restorative postures, letting everything unwind, slowing down the nervous system. You can play some nice music in the background. So we'll do our this pose, and if you want a pillow underneath each knee, so we're doing butterfly here, bottoms of feet together. If you want more support, you can take a pillow underneath each knee. And then you're going to lay all the way back long. Good. And then go ahead and just open your arms out to the side. And allow yourself to just deeply relax here, letting go, slowing down that breath, coming back to your center. So we're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your breath, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your breath, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Inhale. Hold your breath. And exhale. And inhale. Hold your breath. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Hold your breath. And exhale. One last time. Hold. And exhale. And go ahead and reach your arms overhead and lengthen your legs. Continue that deep breath. Notice if it's easier to expand the belly and the ribs and all the way around. Sometimes I like to come up underneath the ribs here. So the liver is over on this side, the right side, and the stomach is on this side. If you just kind of give it a little bit of a massage. Get things flowing. And then the other side. And just kind of making those clockwise motions. Spiraling out, starting at the belly button and just spiraling out. This is the way the intestines move, and everything moves through the intestines. Good, and then go ahead and just reach those arms up. And then we will go ahead and bend our knees, roll over, and we'll lay face down. So go ahead and actually switch your pillow horizontally. And we'll continue to open up the belly area. This is where we hold all our tension, especially when we sit. The psoas muscle, which is a deep hip flexor muscle, contracts and constricts the organs in our center. And then we get lack of blood flow, nutrients to those organs. So it's very important to relax the psoas and all those muscles in the center. So just stack the palms, rest your forehead down. And continue those deep belly breaths. And then come to your forearms. Good, you can bend your right knee and take your hand to the inside and then grab the outside of the foot. Now you can stay here or you can kind of press yourself up, straighten this arm. I like to press the foot into the hand to help lengthen and stretch that muscle, and then you can release it. And press and release. And press and release. Good. And then other side. Inside, outside. Pull it in. You can stay here or you can straighten this arm. You can press and release. And press and release, and press, and release. And release it out. Turn those toes in, stack the palms, rest your forehead down again. And then let's come back to Sphinx pose. So you can either hold your Sphinx here, spread your fingertips wide, just focus on drawing the mat towards you and opening up your chest. You can also straighten the arms and bring your hands wide, just kind of coming into like this swan pose. Continuing to open up that front body. If you want to, you can stretch your neck here by doing some head circles. And then toes together, knees apart, press back to child's pose. Good. And then I want to end class with a deeper hip flexor stretch. So you have the option to do reclining pigeon here. That's our 4 stretch where you cross your ankle over, thread the needle, clasp your hands underneath your thigh. That's option 1. And then option 2 is to do stacked pigeon. So you're going to bring let's bring our left leg to a 90-degree angle, and then you bring this foot on top here. So for some of us, this is enough of a stretch and you can just hold it here. Or if you feel like you want more, just go ahead and walk yourself forward. And send your breath to your hips. And then go ahead and let's switch to the other side. And then rolling all the way back up. Awesome. All right, so go ahead and get into a comfortable seated position. And I wanted to share with you a little practice that I do every single day. And it is, it's called japa meditation. So for those of you who don't know me or new to all of this, I do practice Ayurveda. I'm an Ayurvedic lifestyle coach, and I've also been practicing meditation since 2003. But part of Ayurveda is creating what's called dinacharya, and basically it's translated to daily routine, and it's creating I guess you would call it like a self-care type practice to help take care of the body, the mind, as well as the soul daily. So there's certain different tools for taking care of different parts of the body, and the mind and the soul. So usually we wake up in the morning and you start out with some stretching, and in the bathroom there's things other than just brushing your teeth. There's tongue scraping, there's oil pulling, even doing neti. So all these things are to help cleanse the body. And daily we've taken a lot of toxins, and just by breathing the air, and just from poor digestion, from stress, and just build up eating foods with chemicals in it. So some of these cleansing routines are to help the body cleanse on a daily basis so that we don't have toxin buildup in the body. But also, so there's taking care of the physical body, but then there's also adding a spiritual practice to your daily life to take care of the needs of the soul. So every day, I do meditation. This is called japa, and I have these beads. This is 108. There's 108 beads here. but it doesn't really matter. You have anything. Basically, it's just to help you count. And so I'm going to do, today we'll just do the mantra, Gauranga. And what you do is you start on the bead next to the head bead, and you say the mantra Gauranga, and then you go to the next bead, Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. It doesn't matter which fingers you're holding them in. And you're saying it loud enough to hear it, so you're engaging the sense of hearing, your tongue, in saying it, and your sense of touch. So it helps to, when you try to meditate and your mind just goes all over the place and it's really frustrating. So this helps tame the mind. So I'm just going to do a full round here. And it's good to do after you do your exercises, your practice, because you're more calm and your mind's, you're more able to concentrate. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. So when we're doing the japa meditation, it's good to pick a number of rounds that you're going to do each day, and then do that no matter what. And that just helps keep the consistency and help build that spiritual practice. So you can also do Gauranga breathing without the beads. So we're going to combine, it's like deep belly breathing, and then you say the mantra as you exhale, just like Om breathing. So you would take a deep belly breath, you expand the belly with air. Last breath. So this meditation tool, either the beads or the breathing, is something you can take with you, do daily, and also when you feel the mind is going into that stressful, playing into all the stuff that's going on right now, and listening to the news and the stress of what's going to happen, to our economy, many of us have lost our jobs. When you start to go into that space, because the fact of the matter is we can't really do anything about it right now. We don't have any control. So what we do have control over is we do have control over our own minds by bringing it to what we're going to, by controlling what you're going to focus on. So by engaging in mantra meditation, you're focusing on a mantra. You're taking the mind, you're focusing it somewhere elsewhere, and that helps to take that focus outward, if that makes sense. So it's a very helpful tool. It's helped me tremendously in my life. I don't know where I'd be without it, and been doing it for over 15 years, and so just thought I would share that with all of you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will post this on my feed later, so you can do it from start to finish. I'm also taking donations, so if you feel like you want to donate something, I will put my Venmo and PayPal down in the comments. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and namaste.